I have been feeling quite overwhelmed with my plant care lately. As you can see, I have quite a lot of plants. To be exact, I have around 120 houseplants, and obviously we are deep in the growing season, which in one way is amazing because all of my plants are doing so well, but on the other hand I am struggling because there is so much to do. My plants are constantly drying out. There are so many pest infestations going on everywhere. So in today's video I'm gonna take you with me and we're gonna be doing some plant care, some plant chores together. This will probably be like a multi-day kind of project. So basically whenever I'm about to do any kind of plant care, I'll just take you along with me and we can do it together, because I find that filming what I do motivates me a lot and makes this whole thing a lot easier. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you will enjoy it. This is a great video to put on in the background while you're doing your own plant chores. So please grab your chores, grab a snack, a nice drink, and let's get going. The thing that I need to do the most is probably water, because I know that there are a lot of plants right now that are bone dry. So I need to just go through my entire collection, see who needs to be watered, give them the water that they need and deserve, and then we can assess from there. Also, like I mentioned, I have been dealing with a lot of pests, mainly thrips and spider mites, so we will also be treating my collection. In theory I should treat my whole collection, but I ain't got time for that. So let's start with seeing who needs water and then we can go from there. I think I'm gonna start off with this section of the VITTSJÖ shelf, and then we will just kind of like move our way around here. And I know that this plant definitely needs water. This is my Scindapsus. I don't even know what this is. Is it like an Argyraeus or is it a Silver Ann? I honestly have no idea. But basically this thing is constantly dry, and I am honestly even thinking of getting rid of this thing if I'm being completely honest. But I don't know, it's like it's a nice filler plant, so I'll keep it, but I definitely need to water her. I think my Hoyas are for the most part okay. So I have a couple of Hoyas in semi-hydro and these are okay, they are good to go. My Sulawesiana might need some water. My gorgeous Hoya Sulawesiana. This is literally one of my favorite plants. And yep, she is pretty dry. And honestly, I love having my plants in these clear plastic nursery pots because it's so easy to tell when these are dry. So easy. And also another way that I can tell easily if a plant is thirsty or not is just by lifting the pot itself. And if it feels light, then I know that it's time to give the plant a little drinky drink. My Hoya Eves Rocherai, she is also good, so no need to water her. I do believe that my girly over here, the Cebu Blue, probably needs water. Oh god, she got all entangled. This is my Cebu Blue. She's looking a little scraggly if I'm being honest. Another telltale sign that a plant needs water is if the leaves are just kind of like floppy and paper thin. A healthy, well-watered leaf should feel kind of robust and kind of thick. So I know that this needs water. Up here I have my, what is this even called? My Scindapsus Trubii Moonlight, and she's actually in pond and there's like a little bit of water still left in the reservoir, so I'm not gonna touch her. Palilliflorum, I did water, so I know she is good. Oh, this thing needs water. This is my Scindapsus Platinum, such a gorgeous, beautiful plant, but she definitely needs water. She's in semi-hydro, so definitely have to water her as well. And then back here we have my Verrucosum, who is also in semi-hydro, but I can see there is still a little bit of water left. Honestly, I don't like using like clear vessels like this because they get so freaking algae ridden, and like you can't even tell if there is water in there. You can't even tell if there are any healthy roots in there. But I mean, she's growing, so I'll just leave her. Maybe I'll top her water up a bit later. Then down here, all of these plants are in semi-hydro. So my Friedeck, I can tell that the meter, that moisture meter isn't yet dry, but look at her. She's so stunning, so beautiful. My Ornata, she looks like she could use some water. Also, she looks like a plant I'm pretty sure that I'm also gonna be treating this plant because calatheas are just like spider mite magnets, so it's always best to prevent spider mites than to cure them. My dragon scales does have a water reservoir, however, I'm just checking if she has spider mites because I'm seeing some like suspicious looking like dust, but I'm not seeing like any webbing or any mites, so maybe she's just kind of dusty. I definitely need to give her like a nice wipe down and clean off, but right now I'm only focused on actually watering my plants. This plant was so freaking dehydrated yesterday. This is my variegated Maranta, and it is one of my favorite plants ever, and I felt so bad. Like this was so wrinkly, just like drooping all over the place, but look at her. She made a recovery. That's the great thing about plants. Even if you forget to water them, even if they like completely dry out, like 9 times out of 10, if you water them, they will bounce back and they will be fine. So I absolutely love my Maranta. She is such a queen, but I do think I want to like clean her up because she has a lot of these like little scraggly bits down at the bottom, so I do think that's something we will be doing later on. But I'm just glad that she's fine because honestly, I saw yesterday that she was completely flopped over, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, but thankfully she made a recovery. Okay, I know for a fact that some of these plants up here are probably bone dry, like my Scindapsus cherubii, nearly black. Yep, she is dry. And honestly, this is another one of those plants that I am kind of thinking of getting rid of. Like, she's pretty. I just put this thing into my mouth. Okay, she's pretty, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it's not doing much for me, and she's getting like a little bit like yellowy and stuff. So I am not sure what exactly I will do with this plant because it's just kind of like, it kind of looks awkward because all of the leaves, like you can see, like are so like, I don't know, facing upwards for some reason. They're not like laying nicely. Actually, see, now that I'm thinking about this, maybe I'm giving this plant like too much light because it does look like she's trying to hide from the light, so maybe it would be like a good idea to put this in a lower light spot. Maybe I could put it on top of my little beam. That might be not a bad idea. That spot is extremely low light, but usually the rule is the darker the leaf, the less light the plant can actually like tolerate and survive on. And these leaves are extremely dark, but like they're so pretty. Look at that, so glossy. So I don't want to get rid of this plant, but I don't know. I just need to figure her out. Oh my god, and she actually has a spider. She actually has like, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there's like an actual tiny spider and like lots of spider webs in here. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side. My gorgeous, beautiful Hoya Bertonier also needs water for sure. I neglect this thing like it's nobody's business. Yep, bone dry. But honestly, this plant is such a survivor. Like, look at her. She is amazing. She hasn't bloomed for me yet this year, which is interesting considering that last year this thing was constantly blooming. But yeah, she is growing a lot though. Like there is a lot of like new leaves and fresh vines and stuff. So yeah, I need to water this thing like desperately. Then I have my Scindapsus exotica, who is looking so good. Do you all remember I cut up my big exotica and I've rooted the cuttings and now I've put them into pon and they are growing like weeds, but I do see that the reservoir is almost empty, but look at her, she is so stunning. So I will be filling her up as well. And then this beauty, which I showed in my last video, that is blooming. I mean, she's not blooming yet, but hopefully she will. This is my Hoya Walliniana UT something. And she's not like completely bone dry, but I will water her because something that you need to know when plants are pushing out like blooms, it's a really good idea to up the watering a little bit. Oh my god, and there's another peduncle over here. I didn't even notice that. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Look at that. Oh my god, that is so exciting. That is so exciting. So yeah, I will definitely be watering her. Then over here, I'm certain we have some candidates for water. So we have my Anthurium doriaci. I could definitely top her up, but look at her. She is actually pushing out a brand new leaf. That is so cute. This is such a small little cutie. What is that? Is that a Thrips? Oh my God, she has Thrips. Oh my God, y'all. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Probably not, but like she actually has Thrips. Oh my God. Okay, she has 2 little adult Thrips. I'm gonna go take care of this right now because I am, oh my gosh. See, the Thrips, they will not leave me alone. I have definitely been keeping like my doors and windows more open because obviously we are in the summer and I don't want to be dying in here, but I guess that's just how they get in. Even though I do have like those like bug screens on both my window and my door, but like I don't know, they're just always here in my collection. I can never get rid of them, and now I'm scared that all of these plants have thrips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a good check over. This is my Syngonium mojito. These are the cuttings that we planted up a couple of videos ago. Did I do this? I think I did this on camera, but she's doing great. She took to the transition. I can even see some roots already, but yeah, I will definitely also need to treat this because I do think this doesn't have thrips, but it looks like it has spider mites. So yay. Okay, then back here we have my Alocasia platinum, who I absolutely love, but I can tell that she has spider mites, which is fabulous. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like there is like some slight webbing in here, which definitely lets me know that there is spider mite pressure on this plant. But honestly, spider mites, I can deal with them. I can deal with spider mites. I really don't mind them as much as I do with thrips because thrips are just, they're annoying. Then we have my Calathea warshowitzii, who honestly, now I'm kind of scared that she also has thrips. I'm pretty sure that this plant did have thrips at one point, and I don't want a repeat of that, but I can see a bit of spider mitage, which doesn't surprise me. So she's also going on the treatment block. Oh my God, y'all. And then we have this unfortunate situation. So this is my Anthurium, what is this? Betzier F papillilaminum, and she was pushing out this gorgeous new leaf, but as you can see, it just kind of got destroyed. And I'm pretty sure that this is spider mite damage, although I don't see any spider mites, but yeah, it's not looking great. At least it's not thrips. At least it's not thrips. So I will take it, but yeah, she's finally starting to kind of size up and give me like prettier leaves, and she has a pretty good robust root system right now. Does she need water? She could maybe use some water. I feel like Anthurium is like the most confusing genus when it comes to watering, because obviously these things, you don't want to let them dry out completely, but they also rot easily. So it's like, how do you find the balance? But maybe I'll give her like just a splash, like just a little drop of water. I have already collected quite a few plants that need to be watered and taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of all of these plants that I picked out, and then we will put them back, and then we can continue, just so that I don't like get overwhelmed. And obviously, like, I don't have space. So let's go ahead and take care of these babies first. In order to take care of the spider mites, I'm going to be making my DIY pest solution, which is the Liquid Dirt's spider mite recipe. So what I will need for that is a electric sprayer. I will need some 70% isopropyl alcohol. I will need peppermint castile soap and tea tree castel soap. The recipe also does call for some 1% hydrogen peroxide. I only have this big bottle of 3%, so I'm probably just gonna like add like the tiniest little splash. Honestly, I don't even know like if that hydrogen peroxide even does anything, because the amount of it is so little. Also, I have a little 30 milliliter measuring cup, so I'm just gonna go ahead and measure out like 4 of these little cups of alcohol, and then 1 of each of the soaps, and then gonna mix it up really thoroughly. Okay, the alcohol is in, and now I'm just gonna add literally a splash of this hydrogen peroxide, literally just like a little boop. There we go, nothing special. I don't know if it does anything, but apparently it's supposed to, so I don't know, who am I? I'm not a scientist. And now I'm actually gonna go ahead and fill it up with like kind of warmish water, and then at the end I will add the soap, because if you add the soap before the water, it will all just get like sudsy and bubbly, and you don't want that. And now that the water is in, I can add 30 milliliters of each of these soaps. I'm using a Dr. Woods Castel soap. I was using also the Dr. Bronner's, I think that's what that one's called, Castel soap. That one also works, but that one is a lot more expensive than the Dr. Woods. So I just stick to the Dr. Woods one, and I can buy like these big bottles for like a lot cheaper. And also I do believe that in the original Liquid Dirt video, he was actually using these like Dr. Woods Castel soaps, but it's like any Castel soap will do. Honestly, I even think like you can get away with like just using like Dawn dish soap or whatever. Like, I don't think this is a requirement, but I don't know. I think it helps. At least it smells nice, like the peppermint and tea tree tea tree Castel soap combination. Smells really nice. And now I just give it a really good shake, and we are ready to spray and get rid of those fuckers. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the plants outside and spray them outside, but I don't want to take the camera with me because it is hot outside and you will overheat. And honestly, this is like nothing special or like fun. So I will be back once I'm done with that, and we can continue our plant care extravaganza. It is barely 9 a.m. and it's already so freaking hot outside. Oh my god. And like the sun is so strong, it's literally killing me. Like I can't be outside in the sun for like longer than 5 minutes. It just takes me out. So I actually have a little bit of a plant update to show you. This is my El Choco Red. If y'all remembered, I used to have like a larger specimen of this plant, and then I just got annoyed with it because it was always looking so ugly. So I chopped it off, I put it into my prop box, and now I'm growing a little chunk in Pawn, and she's actually pushing out her first new leaf out in like ambient, because all of these before were grown in the prop box. So yeah, we'll see how this will do. I'm just growing her in Pawn because I find that Pawn is really good for some of my like more finicky plants, especially finicky philodendrons. So yeah, and also I find that this philodendron is surprisingly thirsty, which is yeah, a bit of a surprise. My fry deck, please don't have spider mites, please don't have spider mites, please don't have spider mites. I think she has no spider mites. Oh my god. Okay, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Is that a spider mite? Is that a spider mite? No, it's just a little speck of dust. Perfect. Oh my god, look at her. She is so stunning and working on a brand new leaf. And I just have some fertilizer water over here, so I'm just gonna top off some of these semi-hydro plants so I don't have to take all of them to the sink, because that's a lot. And see, the nice thing about these like self-watering semi-hydro pots is that I can just water them in place, because with the soil ones I was always scared that I would like overwater the plant, but when it comes to semi-hydro, you don't have that issue, so that is amazing. Another philodendron that is actually doing fairly well finally for me is my Tordum. Now this might have pests, and I feel like pests are like because these leaves are so like just dainty and small. Pests are honestly kind of hard to spot on this thing, but luckily I'm not seeing anything, so I think she's good. But yeah, my tortum, she pushed out this leaf and now she's working like on a brand new one. And when these leaves are emerging, they look crazy. Like this literally looks like something from a sci-fi movie. But yeah, I'm just happy that this plant is finally doing well for me, because I've struggled with this plant for a long time. Like this is my third attempt at this plant. I actually killed 2 specimens, like full on killed them, wasn't able to rescue them, so now I'm on my 3rd try. And I mean, I have grown this from like a tiny baby little wet stick, so I assume that's why I'm maybe having a bit of a trouble growing this plant. But I feel like now that she is a bit more established, she's doing a lot better. And again, pawn, she is in pawn, and I feel like the pawn is the answer. Pawn is the answer to all of my issues. My what is this called again? Crimson Princess. My Crimson Princess looking stunning. Look at these beautiful pink leaves. Oh God, I can't show them to you properly. Look at that. That is stunning. Oh my God. That is absolutely beautiful. I freaking love this plant so much. Like the pink leaves, are you kidding me? They are so cute. Does she need water? Nope, she doesn't. Apparently I water her. Look at that. Look at that. I actually watered some of my plants. Who would have thought? So she is good. Down here I have a Hoya Kamingiana, and she could use some water, and honestly I'm just gonna water her in place. I'm not gonna bother taking her to the sink because I'm just too lazy. And honestly, this is not a Hoya that's like, I don't know, it's not a Hoya that excites me very much, so I'm just like, whatever. I bet you that this thing is dry, even though I literally filled its reservoir like the other day. Okay, it's not completely dry, but like there is barely any water in here. This thing is so thirsty. Like honestly, I love it. Like it looks so good. This is my begonia white ice, and she is really just sizing up so beautifully and looking amazing. But good God, this thing is so freaking thirsty, and I will need to repot her at some point. I don't know when. I need to order some more like self-watering pots, but self-watering pots are so expensive, and I'm really trying to like save my coin, save my money, and not spend so much on plant supplies. My scalper has spider mites. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put her to the side so I can take care of that. And then this thing, which is my Apobalis, books. Okay, then this thing, which is my Apobalis acuminatissima. Honestly, I'm thinking of getting rid of this plant. It is not doing anything. It's not really struggling. It's like doing fine, but like, look at this. She's blooming once again. And I'm like, why? I don't know. Why bother? Like I don't know. Like I really thought that I would love this plant a lot more. Looking at pictures online and stuff, I felt I would like it a lot more, but I just don't. So this might be one for a purging list. And I have been thinking of purging some of my plants, and I think I'm gonna make like a purging video. I think that could be really, really fun. This plant can literally never catch a break. This is my Amphibium Wendelingeri, and oh my God, as you can probably tell, she had a leaf coming in. It was so beautiful. It was so stunning. And I found thrips on it, and I was like, oh, and then I tried to treat it, but I was a little bit too aggressive, and I snapped the leaf off. No, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself. And if y'all know my journey with this plant, like I have dropped this thing, lost the leaf. I have pinched a couple of leaves with the pot. I have gotten this kind of shit. I'm just like, this plant, like I love this plant, but for some reason I am such a klutz around this plant. It is ridiculous. I don't know why. I don't think she needs water. I'm pretty sure that I watered her the other day because I actually do, like, I love this plant and I want her to grow, and I want to take like good care of her, but oh, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it's just because like it's strappy and like so like delicate. Like it really doesn't take a lot of force to like snap a leaf off of this thing. And it is, I'm so mad at myself for it, but it's okay. I got over it, and I feel like she is gonna soon push out a new leaf because that whole disaster happened like a month ago. So hopefully she's ready to give me a new one. My Hoya gracilis, you know what, she could maybe use, I don't know. I never know with this Hoya because she doesn't have a lot of roots, and I've rotted this thing a couple of times now, so I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. Whenever I'm not sure, I like to leave it for like a day or two more and then come back to it and see how the situation is looking like. My linearis, she probably needs water, but I do remember watering her the other day, so no, she's good. She's good. My linearis, she is stunning. Y'all know I freaking love my linearis. And she is like working on so many like new vines up here. Still no blooms. Still no freaking blooms, which makes me very upset. Neon pothos, I know I have watered, but I will just take off some of these like yellowing leaves. And also I think I'm gonna give her like a bit of a haircut because she's so long. Like she's literally down to the floor, so I think I want to give her a haircut, but also I like the length of her. Oh my god, it's the dilemma. It's the constant back and forth, to do or not to do. Over on this shelf, I believe the situation is pretty much good. Like I know that my crimson Princess is watered because I watered her yesterday. This is in a cloche, so it doesn't need water. I can tell that my Maharani, the water level is at the bottom. So let me grab, where's my water? There we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill that with water. There we go. Then down here we have my Clarinarium. I know she's watered. I watered her the other day, but I might give her like a preventative pest treatment. I know she doesn't have any pests right now, but like, I don't know, like I'm just always scared of this thing getting spider mites or thrips. Like I had a pretty bad thrips infestation on this plant. Like it didn't cause a lot of damage, but it was very persistent and it was very hard to get rid of. But I haven't had it for like months now, maybe even like half a year. But considering I am seeing like a lot of thrips around this area, I'm just kind of scared for this plant. So yeah, we will see. Now my Schismatoglottis, Silver Borneo doesn't need water, although I will check. Yes, she's good. Sometimes these indicators do get stuck. So honestly, from time to time, even if the indicator does say that it's full, lift up your pot, you know, just to make sure. This thing is a constant victim of spider mites, but I'm actually not seeing any on it right now, which is fabulous. And she has so many blooms. Let me actually go ahead and grab my shears so I can take off those blooms because they're annoying and dropping pollen everywhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snip and, oh God, snip. Oh, you can see this. These are very, very pollen-y. Oh my God, the pollen is flying everywhere. No, I just cleaned. I literally cleaned yesterday. There's another one that I'm gonna snip. Oh my God, why do these plants love to bloom? It is so annoying. Are there any more? I don't think so. I think I got all of them. But I can see that she is also pushing out some new leaves as well. So I am a-okay with this. Look at those. They're just nasty. Oh my God. I'm pretty certain that the rest of the plants down here are fine. This is my Watsoniana. Where is your water line, honey? It's so hard to find like the water line sometimes in these like self-watering pots. But I know she has water because she feels heavy. I just can't seem to find the water line. Okay, I see it. We're good. She's good. Still no new leaves on her, which is unfortunate, and maybe I should treat her, but I'm not seeing anything on her, so I'm not gonna do that. Black Velvet also doing fairly well. She is still kind of moist, working on a brand new leaf, which is very exciting. And then over here we have my Silver Dragon. Does she need water? Nope, she still has some water in her reservoir, so we are good. And I'm not seeing any spider mites on her, which is amazing. She's looking so cute. Love her so much. And then we have Another little philodendron, which is the pink. Nope, this is the white princess. And I am checking for them thrips, no thrips, but she does also have a new leaf that is of course stuck, because why wouldn't it? It's a philodendron. Honestly, this is another one that's on the chopping block. I talked about this before, that I want to purchase this plant, but I kept like a little chunk of it and propagated it in pond just to kind of like see how it will do in pond. And yeah, I don't know. She's still on thin ice, so I might get rid of her. And honestly, if this thing gets thrips, like plants like this, if they get thrips, I'm just like, bye. For example, I had like a tiny little cutting of a, what's it called, like a philodendron, lemon lime, Brazil kind of mixed pot, and of course it got thrips, and I just threw it away. I cannot deal with that. Like when plants like that, plants that are on thin ice, when those get like pests, I'm just like, goodbye. But yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and give this Cebu Blue a bit of a haircut, because, I don't know, she's just a little bit too long, so I think I want to chop her right here, and then hopefully she can get a little bit more bushy in this upper area. So yeah, I'm just basically going to go ahead and take off this, and this, and these two. There we go. Just so it's not like touching the ornata, I think it looks a little bit cleaner. And these are really pretty cuttings, and honestly I am tempted to propagate them, but considering I have been feeling overwhelmed with my plant care, I don't need to add more plant care to my plate, so it is time to say goodbye to these cuttings. The VITTSJÖ shelf is done, and honestly this is like my biggest plant task, because I do have like the most amount of plants in here, and obviously this is quite a large area, so I'm happy that all of the plants on here are watered. Most of them are treated. There's probably still like a couple of pests honestly lurking on here, and in reality what you should do when you see like pests in your collection, you should like take everything and treat everything, whether you see pests or not. But honestly I don't have the mental capacity to do that right now, so I'm doing what I can, which is like treat when I see issues, but otherwise like treating all of these plants would take up so much time, so much of my energy, and honestly even from doing just that little bit of plant care, I'm so pooped, I'm so tired. So yeah, but I'm glad we got this out of the way first, because this is definitely like the most intimidating task. I do have some big plants that I need to take care of, which are also sort of kind of intimidating, but yeah, for right now, I'm happy. I'm gonna take a wee bit of a break because I'm feeling a little bit tired, and also because it is so hot in here. It is crazy hot, and I haven't had my morning coffee yet also, which I needed, and sadly, I had to switch to decaf coffee because like regular coffee has been giving me heartburn. So yeah, I'm a decaf coffee girly now, which is sad. So we will either continue some more plant chores later tonight or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see in what kind of mood I will be. I also need to film another video. So yeah. Anyway, I will catch you later. Let's go ahead and clean up this Maranta a little bit. This is my variegated Maranta, and I love her very, very dearly, but she just has like a lot of these like small scraggly leaves, and I don't know, I think like she would look better if I removed those and just kept these like nice bigger leaves, because these leaves up here are absolutely massive and I freaking love them. And also I'm just gonna go ahead and chop away the blooms. Now don't get me wrong, I do think that Maranta blooms are very, very cute. However, they literally get everywhere. So while yes, these are absolutely precious and I'm happy to see them because that means that the plant is obviously happy, I tend to chop those off just because they create such a mess on my shelf, and I don't need to create more work for myself and more stuff that I need to clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop them off. And now I don't know how to, I guess I think I should just start chopping and not like overthink it too much, because if I start overthinking it, then I won't do it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just chop her up. Why am I so afraid? Like, it's just a plant. It'll be fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna just like cut all of these like small little pieces off, because like, look at that. They're just like so small and like mostly yellow and like, I don't know, not nice looking. So why would I keep that when I have such beautiful big foliage up here? Like, that makes no sense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and honestly chop all of this off. Like, oh God, like, do you see this? Like, it's cute, but it's so small. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it just creates, again, just a lot of mess and a lot of clutter. And I don't need that. I don't need that. I think it will look a lot better once she is kind of like nice and cleaned up. And also all of these like are kind of trailing downwards. So I don't know, like I do like how bushy this plant is, but I feel like she will definitely benefit from a nice, good prune. And then maybe she will actually like be able to work on more of these like bigger leaves, which would be absolutely stunning. So I'm definitely taking off a lot. And I know that some people don't like doing this, but trust me, like, your plants don't mind being cut. And in fact, they even sometimes like it. Like sometimes I find that by cutting my plants up a little bit, they start growing actually a lot better. So don't be afraid of chopping and pruning your plants back, especially if it helps you kind of just have a clearer mind and helps you keep up with plant care. And yeah, because for example, now I can actually see the soil and see if she is dry, and also be able to water her a lot more easy. So I think that's a plus in my books. And also Marantas, they get so messy because like there's just so much like of the sheaths and stuff, and also these vines are just so delicate, so sometimes they like break and stuff. But I think I'm good. I think this is as much. Oh God, there is a little sheath. There we go. I think I'm good. I don't think I want to take off any more. And look at that. Look at that. She looks so much like just, I feel like she looks nicer. And like, I feel like I can actually appreciate her more now that she is kind of like just cleaned up a little bit. Like, look at this. We took a lot. We took off quite a bit. Like, this is a lot. But again, most of these are just like, you know, crispy. And like, this is what I'm talking about. Like the stems, they get so messy, and these are like quite hard to pull off. Like you can see it over here. Like this is just messy, and I don't need that. I don't need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these away. I'm not gonna propagate or anything. And I think I'm also gonna go ahead and give this girly like just a bit of a shower, a bit of a clean off, because I don't think she has pests. Oh, I hope not. I don't think she has pests, but I do want to clean her. She does have like a couple of speckles here and there, so just to be sure, I'm gonna go ahead and clean her. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. She looks great. I did some plant chores yesterday off camera, and I found some more thrips. I'm so annoyed. I found them on my Splendid, and I found them on my SP Columbia. And I knew the SP Columbia had them because I saw like a couple of them, but I saw more, and I saw them on the Splendid, and of course it's on the newest leaf. Where else would it be than on the freaking newest leaf? And yeah, I'm just like, oh, those freaking thrips. So yeah, basically I just did like a couple of plants off camera, just kind of like pest treating them. You know, the divas, the philodendrons. I'm telling y'all, philodendrons, they annoy me so much, because like, what do you mean that you constantly have thrips? It is so annoying, but oh well, it is what it is. We're dealing with it. and hopefully they will go away. Hopefully they will go away because I can't. Let me know if you are struggling with any pests right now. Honestly, it would make me feel a lot better if I knew that I wasn't alone. And I know that it's just this time of year. Like, the pests are out and about and it's normal, but it is still quite annoying. To say the least. This is the Splendid in question that has the Thrips, and she lives next to my Soderoy, but luckily I haven't seen anything on my Soderoy, and I haven't seen anything on my Gloriosum either. I treated both of those plants, and honestly, I would kind of be bummed if I got Thrips on my Gloriosum because she is looking so cute right now, and she is actually working on a brand new leaf, which is so exciting. But honestly, now I'm just scared that this leaf will be infested, because if you didn't know, Thrips love attacking new leaves, and they will actually like go inside of the leaf and like do damage. So I'm just fingers crossed that she will be fine. However, I'm so mad at myself because, as you can maybe see, this leaf over here has a bent in it and it is broken. And I actually think that it did heal itself, from what I can tell, if it will focus. There we go. Like, it's actually kind of calloused, and like the leaf is not turning yellow or anything like that. So I think she should be good. But I am a little bit annoyed at myself, and that happened because obviously this lives next to the door, and I slammed the door, I guess, a little bit too hard and snapped the leaf. But oh well. Hopefully though, this new leaf will be a-okay. My Clarinervium is working on a brand new leaf, and she is looking stunning. I freaking love this plant. This is like one of my favorite plants, but she does have a couple of spots. Probably spider mites, but yeah. Either way, she is an absolute stunning beast. This is my Epipremnum pinnatum albo variegata, and as you can probably tell, she is at the top of her moss pole and she desperately needs an extension. And I'm gonna be honest, I do not feel like doing this. I freaking hate doing moss pole extensions. They are so messy, it takes so much time, and there's so many things that can go wrong. So honestly, I dread this task, and I'm just, y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of moss poles as is, so the fact that I have to extend them is just another reason why I don't like them. However, I will say that one thing that I do love about moss poles is just how nicely they can display a plant. Like this plant, I freaking love the way that this plant just lays. It is so beautiful. It's so nice. Now, I will say my specimen, unfortunately, isn't the most variegated out there, which is sad, but honestly, I just love it even as is. Like, I love the leaf texture, I love the leaf shape. They're a little bit like wonky, and I am growing this thing in semi-hydro, which obviously it freaking loves semi-hydro, but as you can probably tell, she also needs a repot. However, I don't have a bigger like self-watering planter, and I would really like to move this into a self-watering planter because right now it's just like in a nursery pot, in a cover pot. So I need to order some more of those Elho self-watering planters because those are amazing, but I'm also trying not to spend too much money. But yeah, anyway, in today's little section of the week of plant care, we're gonna be extending this girly because you can also tell that she has a lot of roots in the back of her moss pole. So obviously she is absolutely loving the moss pole life. But yeah, I'm just gonna be using another one of my plant scraper clear plastic closed back moss poles. These are the honeycomb designs, and I really like these moss poles, and clearly my plants love them as well. So let's just get started. I love removing this plastic film. It is always so freaking satisfying. Also, I will have to stock up on moss because like this is all I have left of moss, sphagnum moss. So I will need to buy that as well. And it's like, oh my God. And the plant hobby can be so freaking expensive. Now, granted, when it comes to moss poles, okay, when it comes to moss poles, you can definitely like DIY them, and you don't necessarily have to use sphagnum. Like you can use normal soil, but I don't know. I've been down the DIY road. It's not for me. Like even doing this, which is like already pre-made, is like I'm dreading it. So, you know, when I used to make my own moss poles, it was such a pain. So honestly, I'm not gonna go back to moss poles. But yeah, like this plant hobby is so expensive with all the supplies, all the soils, all the sphagnum moss, all the moss poles, all the pots. Like pots are so freaking expensive. And especially if you want to keep especially if you want to have like nice pots, like actually like nice pots that look nice, you know, obviously if you like growing all of your pots in like the basic nursery pots, that's fine. But like for me, I have all of my plants on display. I want them to like look cute. I want them to be aesthetically pleasing, and that comes with quite a hefty price tag. And I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about the cost of this hobby, which it's a lot. Okay, this is definitely a luxury hobby. It can be affordable, obviously, like if you only have like a couple of plants, but I'm talking about if you have like a massive collection, like if you're an actual like collector and are actually, you know, have like a lot of plants in your collection, the price adds up dramatically. Like it can really catch up on you. And I actually am pretty well stocked up with like soils and stuff, because I try to always have some soils in stock. But yeah, I mean, again, I also use like premium pre-mixed soils. My favorite one probably being like Soil Ninja. And obviously that also costs a lot more money than going down the DIY route. And yeah, I tried the DIY stuff, but again, I wasn't able to find like a recipe that works for me. And second of all, getting all of the like ingredients, like all the things you need for DIY soil, can be difficult. Like I feel like, you know, obviously YouTube and like the internet is mostly like USA centric, and obviously I'm talking in English, so most of my audience is from the US, and I feel like you guys have like you guys have an easier time of accessing some of these things, and I can barely, like I don't even have a local shop that like sells perlite. So honestly, finding like all of the ingredients, I would always have to, you know, get them shipped, and that would get pricey. And it was honestly just a lot of hassles. So personally, I just buy like already pre-mixed soils, but those can also be like just really, really expensive. And yeah, there is definitely a cost when it comes to this hobby, especially when you get to like 100 plants, even with like 50 plants. I mean, because there's so much upkeep to do, and in particular in the summertime. Like luckily, I pretty much repotted all of my plants during the like winter time, and I'm pretty much good on repots. Like there is a couple of plants that I need to repot, but there was a point where I had to, you know, repot pretty much every single plant in my collection. And boy, oh boy, like that costs a pretty penny when you have to spend so much money on soil. And yeah, it really is unfortunate. And I will say, over here in Croatia, our salaries are basically a joke. So yeah, it is. I feel like this hobby, while it's great, and while it's really just, I would say, really beneficial for your mental well-being, I feel like a lot of us don't talk about the financial stress that plants can cause. I heard horror stories of people going into debt because of like buying plants. So yeah, just I guess a little bit of a PSA that plants are expensive, and yeah, just try to find ways to budget this hobby and don't get caught up into the trend of buying all the new fancy stuff. And that's why, for example, I never tell you like what fertilizer to buy, because I always say just like buy whatever's available to you. Like they all do the same thing. Like most of those fertilizers, like sure, there maybe like are some minor differences, but like all your plants really need is water and sunlight and soil, or like a substrate. And as long as they have those needs and those needs are met, like the fertilizer isn't gonna do that much. Like, yeah, sure, it's gonna help, but it's not gonna drastically change your plants. So honestly, I would just invest like in any fertilizer that you can afford. Why is this moss pole smaller than the old one? Like they should be the same size. Oh, I think I overpacked this one maybe. Oopsie. Okay, let me just go ahead and take out some of the moss so I can maybe like shrink it, because it seems like it's, oh my God, I'm creating such a mess. Y'all, I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this. I did buckle it at the same place as the old one, so it should be the same like width. But I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I probably did something wrong, let's be honest. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. When it comes to this hobby, like just work with whatever you got, like whatever fertilizer you got, whatever soil you got. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's not gonna make such a massive difference. Like it's only gonna make like a little bit of a difference, but for the most part, like your plants will be fine as long as they have sunlight and water, and they will be a-okay. So just try not to stress yourself out too much about like, you know, buying all of the new expensive gadgets, and definitely just be mindful of like those trends and what people are promoting, because because something works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for another one. So just experiment, and if you find something that you like and that works for you, just like stick with it, even if it's like a cheap, I don't know, Miracle Grow fertilizer. Like if it works for you, it works for you. You do not need all of those fancy like $30 fertilizers. Trust me, like you don't need them. Alrighty, so we are done. I guess this was kind of easy. It's leaning a little bit. See, this is the thing that drives me insane with like the moss pole extensions, because they always lean, they don't look nice, but oh well, it is what it is. She is extended and I'm just gonna let her climb up. I do need to move her though, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now she won't fit in the spot that she was at previously, so I will have to move her. But yeah, my Epipremnum pinnatum albo variegata, I do love her very, very much. I do not love working with moss though. It is always such messy business. This is where I ended up putting my Epipremnum pinnatum albo variegata next to my Splendid. And yes, the Splendid does have thrips, but honestly, I'm not worried about this plant. Like this is an Epipremnum, so I'm sure she will be fine. But yeah, this corner is looking really, really cute. So yeah, loving it very, very much. I want to repot my Hoya pubicalyx because she is quite a beast. Also, she has all of these like tendrils up at the top, and I don't know what to do with them. Like I'm honestly even considering chopping them because she has obviously outgrown her trellis situation, and I can't find, this is like so floppy. I can't find like a bigger trellis than this. So I don't know, maybe I should just like re-trellis her. That seems like a pain. Because I repotted and moved the Epipremnum, I actually have a spot in front of my east-facing window, so I was thinking of moving her there because right now she is living in my west-facing window, and that window is smaller, so all of this like upper portion is growing essentially against the wall and not getting any light, so I don't think any of the leaves up here will emerge. So honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea what to do with this plant. I mean, she looks so stunning. Like, I absolutely freaking love this plant. This is like one of my favorite Hoyas ever. And I don't know, I don't know. Maybe we should retrellis her. Oh, I feel like that would be like the smart choice. But I do also want to, in any case, I do want to repot her because she is such a large plant and she is just in the tiniest, smallest little pot. And I don't even know if she's like root bound or anything, but lately she has been giving me like a couple of yellow leaves. You can see one right there. And I assume it's because she is just, you know, root bound and needs more space to expand her roots because yeah, I bought this plant as like a tiny plant and I haven't repotted it since. Or I think I did, let me check. Yeah, this is my soil mix. So I did repot it from like the initial soil that I got it in, but I haven't sized up its pot. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be moving from a 15 centimeter pot to like, or a 12 centimeter pot to a 15 centimeter pot. So this will be, I think, a good upgrade. And I also have this cute ass freaking cover pot. I freaking love this cover pot, and like it fits perfectly. Like this nursery pot fits perfectly inside, and the nursery pot is frosted, which is great, so I can still see the roots. I really don't like using these like nursery pots, the opaque ones, because then obviously I can see the roots. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. I'm gonna lower the camera and let's get to repotting, shall we? I'm very curious to see what the root situation on this plant is looking like. She does feel root bound because the pot is bulging. So let's see. Oh God, okay, this is, come on girly, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Oh God, I'm pulling the trellis and not the plant. Okay, oh Jesus, she's really stuck in here. She is, oh my God, she is really not letting go. Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Alrighty, so a very nice, healthy looking root system. Oh my God, that looks amazing. These roots look so healthy, so amazing. Like I literally don't see a single rotten root or nothing. So this, yeah, she's definitely in need of an upgrade. And what do I do with these trellises, y'all? What do I do with these trellises? Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I think I am gonna remove her from the trellises. I think I'm gonna do that. I think that would be like the smart choice. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and because I do have this plant on like 2 clear U trellises, and it's not the most stable setup. It's a great setup because these U trellises like aren't that big, and this is like the biggest size, so like I can't even go bigger than this. Oh my God, this is such an entangled mess over here. Oh my God, like look at that, like the vines, they entangled themselves like in each other. This is gonna be quite a lot of work to actually get untangled, and I know that in the process I'm probably gonna like break some like leaves, and this is obviously like gonna stress out the plant, and I'm sorry, but I think she will be fine. This is a very resilient plant, and honestly I do think that I might just chop off these top sections, these top tendrils. I don't know, we'll see. Like this is so like just entangled and like just such a mess, and Hoyas love to wrap themselves around things. They will even like wrap themselves around like each other, or like the vines around each other if they don't have like a trellis or a support. So yeah, oh my God, but I will lose this beautiful shape, but that's okay. She will get it back. She will find her way. She will find her way. I am not worried at all. What is happening here? I don't understand. Oh my God, there's so much going on. There's so much going on. This is crazy. Girl, what are you doing? What is she even doing? Like what What is she doing? Like, Hoyas are crazy. I swear to God. Like, this is wild. Oh no, I broke a new leaf. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive my... Okay, I do not understand where this... There's this one vine that I do not understand where it's going, what it's doing, how it's working. I don't know. Okay, I managed to untangle the top little trellis. That was the hard one. And we have a lot of leaves, a lot of vines. I think everybody is fine though. I don't see any like major damage. So now we just have to remove the bottom one because I do want to plant the actual trellis alongside the soil and stuff, so I can really bury it deep in the soil, because when you just like poke it inside, like after repotting a plant, it is oftentimes very unstable and very wobbly. But I think even just like leaving this and like removing these like little pins and then just like doing this, maybe this will be enough. Or should I completely remove it from the trellis? You know what, let's completely remove the plant from the trellis, and then we can work it out. This is quite a process. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we removed both trellises, and this is what we are left with. A lot of Hoya pubic calyx. That is a lot of Hoya pubic calyx. I absolutely love her. And yeah, I can see that some of like the bottom leaves, they're just like very shriveled and not nice looking, because obviously they're getting underwatered, which would explain why she has been also yellowing a little bit on me. But that's all right. We're gonna fix it right now. So I am gonna be using this 15 centimeter pot. Also, I'm gonna be reusing this soil because this is a great soil. And now for the rest of the soil, I'm gonna be using Soil Ninja's Anthurium and Orchid mix. I find that this mix is really great for Hoyas. It's very chunky, very nice. I also added a bunch of tree fern fiber in here, and honestly, tree fern fiber is like crack for Hoyas. They absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this mix. Oh, I put a bit too much in there. I think this will be fine. And then I'm gonna be putting in the trellis right away, and maybe I could even make it so the trellis goes through the drainage holes. Maybe that would make it like even more stable, because I do love these what are they called? These like U trellises, but they are quite unstable if I'm being honest. So yeah, maybe this will, I don't know, maybe in my brain, if I like plant it all together, it will be more stable. And I'm sure there's like a better way to make this more stable. Like maybe you could, I don't know, like maybe you could like glue something like rocks or something like that to the bottom of this, and that would definitely make it more stable. But honestly, I'm just too lazy for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and plop the plant inside, and then we're just gonna backfill. Very easy repot, nothing spectacular. So yeah, I can just go ahead and backfill it. I should have gotten my little scoop. I don't know why I didn't get my little scoop, and now I'm getting all my phalanges dirty, but that's okay. That is a-okay. And yeah, I just found that my Hoyas absolutely love this mix, and I just use it for most of my Hoyas, especially the ones that I really love. They're just like, I do have a couple of Hoyas that are in like maybe not the most ideal mix, like maybe something more compact, just because I do have a lot of Hoyas that are very easy care, like my Crimson Queen or Crimson Princess. But for like my special Hoyas, the ones that I really love, I definitely tend to use like a better soil mix with tree fern fiber and like a lot of amendments, because Hoyas for the most part are epiphytic plants, so they grow on trees and stuff, and they don't necessarily grow in in just like soil. So they do like a pretty airy, chunky mix. Okay, so this is a little bit more stable than it was before, which is great. I absolutely love that. And now we could add another extension again, which I do think I am gonna do, but I am thinking of maybe finding a way to make it more secure, because before I would just use like these little dragonfly clips to like just basically clip it on, and yeah, that worked, but it wasn't the most secure thing in the world, and it would like slide down and stuff. So maybe I could find, I don't know, like I really don't have any idea. I do have some plant Velcro here as well, so maybe I could just use that to like further enhance this, but like this doesn't do anything because it is acrylic, so obviously it just slides on here. I don't know, like I feel like oh god, okay, maybe I could use like a stake and put like the stake in the middle. No, that would complicate things way too much. I guess I could just like put 2 dragonfly clips, and that's gonna make it a little bit better. Okay, yeah. Let's do something like that. We'll figure it out. Oops, Jesus, just hit myself in the face. We'll figure it out. I just want it to be stable, but yeah, these trellises aren't the most stable thing, and I do have to find something better for like my bigger Hoyas. But I don't know what. Like, I know there are like some bamboo stakes and stuff that are taller, but I haven't found them like anywhere close to me. Like the biggest size I can find is usually around this size. Okay, the 2 clips actually do hold it together pretty well. I wish I could somehow secure the base a little bit better, but I just don't know how. I don't know. I think this will do. And now we can go ahead and actually trellis this thing. This will be quite a lot of work. I'm not gonna even lie. And one of you actually did leave a comment once that you would like to see how I trellis my Hoyas. And honestly, it is very, it's very haphazard. I don't do much thinking. Like there is that like theory that Hoyas grow counterclockwise. I don't know if it's true. I don't know like if it like holds water or not. I don't know. I just do it like because it can't hurt, right? And I find that my Hoyas grow fine. So I do try to, you know, when I'm actually putting them around the trellis, I try to make sure that it is vining counterclockwise. And I always have to do like this motion with my hand to find out what's counterclockwise, because I don't know, like for some reason it's hard to like just imagine it. So doing this little gesture where, okay, this is clockwise, so this is counterclockwise, really helps me. And then I just do it. I basically just go ahead and put it around the trellis counterclockwise. And also what I would do is kind of crisscross it like this, just so I can create like a more bushy display. So yeah, we will see how this will turn out. And obviously it will look probably really, really crazy in the beginning, just because, yeah, we are starting pretty much anew. And now the plant has to really, you know, establish itself again on here. And it is gonna look quite crazy for quite some time, but that's okay. I don't mind it at all. And I just kind of go at random. Now I do see that this line over here like is broken, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh god, okay, I need my shears. There we go. Never mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that off. Actually, let me grab my shears. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and chop it over here, because like whatever. I mean, this plant grows so fast and it's gonna regrow, so I'm not worried. Then we have another vine over here, and this one's also pretty freaking long. And same thing, basically just twirling it counterclockwise. And yes, I did have to do that motion again just to kind of remind myself what is counterclockwise. And I do feel like trellising Hoyas it can be quite difficult. And Hoyas, as much as I love them, they really do have a tendency to look messy, like super, super messy. And I do find like the only way to kind of contain them is by trellising them. And it does take a long time for them to actually, you know, get established on the trellis and start looking cute. So yeah, don't be afraid. Like once the first time you actually trellis or re-trellis a Hoya, like it will look absolutely crazy, but don't worry about that. Like just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It will be fine. It just needs some time to, you know, readjust to its new little situation. Okay, so this Hoya actually has 2 little new vines, so I'm gonna wrap them around here so she can grow new leaves, and that will be great. And I'm gonna be using some more dragonfly clips as we go along just to secure it. I find that these dragonfly clips are really, really great for securing Hoyas to trellises. Like I really do find them super, super useful, and honestly, they also look super, super cute. So it's like a 2-in-1. Usefulness and cuteness. Okay, so we have, I believe, only 2 more like big vines. I feel like, but these are big. Like these are chonkers. These are massive. Oh my god, I didn't even know like how much this plant grew. That is insane. So again, I'm gonna be doing the clockwise. Clockwise is this way, so counterclockwise. So I have to do this way, and now it's getting a little bit much at the bottom. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and move this vine up a little bit, just so I don't create so much chaos at the bottom and then leave the top kind of empty. But it would be great if I could leave at least a little bit of space at the top, just so she has room to expand. That would be really, really lovely, but we shall see. We shall see what will happen. I have no idea. And yeah, again, this will look absolutely crazy, and she will definitely need a lot of time to, you know, get used to her new setup and start facing towards the light as well. But I love having these like in front of a window, facing the window, and then once all of the leaves like face the window, it looks so freaking nice, like so nice. I love it so much. So yeah, basically just doing the crisscross thing all over the trellis, and then with these like long vines that don't have any leaves, I just kind of tightly wind those around the trellis. And yeah, this is quite a rough process, and you will probably like lose a leaf or 2 along the way, but that is okay. You know, they will regrow. They will regrow, especially for a Hoya like this that is super, super resilient. Oh my god, this looks crazy. This looks crazy. And I know some of y'all will not like this, and I understand. It does look absolutely mental, so I can't even blame you. Nope, that's clockwise, gotta go counterclockwise. And I don't even know if like the clockwise thing is like true, or if it's just like a made up thing. Like definitely let me know if you know. Let me know if you know. Let me know if you are like, if you have actually any knowledge and did like research on this thing. Like, is this an actual thing that you're supposed to do, or is it just like a gimmick? I would really love to know, because like, I don't know, I'm sure there is like some of you that like grow a lot of Hoyas and have a lot more experience with Hoyas than me. Okay, so she is done and looking absolutely crazy. Like, this is wild. This does not look as pretty as she did look at the beginning of this whole section, but that's okay. Like, once all of these leaves, you know, turn to face the light and stuff, it will look so sweet. And once obviously this top section fills out, it will look great. But I'm just happy that now I have some space for this top section where she can actually expand. And I do have one more vine over here, so let me just go ahead and wrap that one around. Maybe I could cross this one around here. Yeah, that's gonna be cute. That's gonna be so freaking cute. And obviously once these like leaves start coming in, like this top section will really fill out nicely. And if you didn't know, Hoyas actually love to first like throw out their tendrils, and then once they actually find something that they can grip onto, that's when they tend to, you know, push out some leaves. So yeah, this is unfortunately still quite unstable and kind of leaning forwards, which I'm not a fan of, but honestly I have no idea how to fix that. So I think we'll just have to, we will just have to live with it as is. I mean, it does look cute, like that looks so freaking cute, and yeah, she'll just need some time to re-establish herself again, but that's fine. That's fine. She is done. I actually do have another Hoya that I want to work on today. This one's going to be a lot easier, I promise. I just need to put a trellis on my Hoya Silver Dollar. Let me get my slippers out of the frame. But yeah, this is my Hoya Silver Dollar. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Again, one of my absolute favorite Hoyas. But as you can see, she's tendrining and pushing out new baby leaves. So I just want to give her a cute little trellis. I have two options. I either have the small one or the big one. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to give her a small trellis for now. And then we will see. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this inside. This will be, again, very easy job. There we go. And these vines, I guess I could, there is this one longer vine that I could technically do the counterclockwise method. So again, clockwise, counterclockwise. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Be very gentle with the new leaves. New Hoya leaves are extremely sensitive. They are extremely sensitive. And I'm just gonna, the other one, I'm just gonna go ahead and attach like this. When the vine is this small, you don't even have to wrap it around the trellis. You can just like kind of clip it. And once it actually starts growing, it will like find its own way and start attaching to the trellis by itself, which I find is the best way. But yeah, this one was easy. Hoya Silver Dollar. I freaking love this plant so much. Also, she needs water. All of my plants need water. Oh yeah, I should also probably water the pubic calyx. Well, back to watering, I guess. We are at the end of the week, which means we are at the end of this video. And I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video brought you some joy, some company. Thank you so much for watching. I had a blast. I always have so much fun when I film and record these plant care / plant chores videos. And honestly, just thank you for being here and motivating me to take care of my plants. Like, this was so much easier. I feel like I finally managed to kind of get out of my little rut, and I definitely feel a lot better now. So just thank you from the bottom of my tiny little heart. If you did make it to the end of this video, you're a champion. I love you. And leave me a little planty emoji in the comment section below, and let me know if you did any plant chores alongside me. I would love to know. If you did like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and turn on the notifications so you're notified about every new video. I hope you have a super amazing, fabulous day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye!